Hello students, welcome to MBA 360. And what we're going to do right now is to tell you the kind of weightages that you have of the CAT score in the admission process of each IIM. We've already done a video which is about what is the minimum CAT score requirement that you need to have at a sectional level and at an overall level for you to get a call. The minimum qualification, it doesn't guarantee a call, but it is a minimum required for you to even get a call, right? We already discussed that. Now what we're going to do is for each IIM, what is the kind of weightage that you have of the CAT score so that you have a reasonable understanding of what you're likely to get as the overall score and whether you will actually get into one of the IIMs or not. So that's something that you'll be able to get to know. Before I start going with the data, please subscribe to MBA 360 if you've not already done that. It's a single point destination for every student who is wanting to pursue MBA, because what we're going to do is to dig through data, research, and analyze the data and tell you which is the best B school for you at any percentile. It can be 90 percentile or even 60 percentile. We'll keep covering the B schools as we move along over the next 6 months. So if you're an MBA aspirant, please subscribe to MBA 360 immediately. Moving further on the data. We talked of what is the kind of minimum CAT weightage that you have, the weightage of the CAT score that you have in the overall admission process. The lowest is Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and Vizag. The total weightage of CAT score that you have is only 25%. The balance is, for example, in Bangalore, 10 is for written ability, personal interview is 40. Right? A CAT is 15, which is the 10th, 12th, the graduation score and all those things, and work experience is 10%. And this is for the 26-28 season. Where we don't have the data, we also picked up the earlier data, so you can actually refer to the whole thing here. So Bangalore is 25% only. Ahmedabad also is 25%, 50% is for personal interview. So just look at the kind of importance that personal interview has here. Now when you talk of resume is as good as academics, work experience, diversity, and all those kind of things will add up to the resume. So it's just that they did not put that into sectional things. Vizag also is 25%, 48% being personal interview and 12% being academics, 10% for work experience, and diversity is 5%. Sirmaur is 30% only, 20% being personal interview, 15% being acads, work experience 20%, diversity 5%, and written ability test 10%. IIM Lucknow is 30%, with 10% being written ability, 40% being personal interview. So if you now realize this, the lower the CAT weightage that you have, the higher the weightage for the personal interview. That is very clearly coming out here. So just remember that, the personal interview plays a very big role, though your CAT score will also play a very big role in terms of the weightages that we're talking about. But these are weightages that we're talking about here, right? IIM Calcutta is 30%, with 48% being personal interview, 8% being work experience, 6% being diversity. Kashipur is 33%. 25% being personal interview, 20% academics, 12% work experience, and 10% being diversity. And we talk about gender diversity and academic diversity also. That's what they're discussing here. Kozhikode is 35%, 20% being written ability, 35% being personal interview, and 10% being resume, which is again the entire overall, the 10th, 12th, all those marks and everything, they'll take it up. IIM Shillong is 40%, 40% being personal interview, 10% being diversity, and 10% being resume. And now given the year for which it's relevant also, so just remember that. If you are slightly confused, look at the year. Wherever we talk of 26-28, it means for the current year. If you don't have that, we very clearly said 25-27 so that you know that the current year data set has not yet come in for us. Right? Moving further, we also have a CAT college predictor or at career360.com. Please use that if you want to understand that, because it will also tell you not just about IIMs, but non-IIMs also it will tell you. We basically call it CAT College Predictor for IIMs and non-IIMs. So you put in the percentile here and it will exactly tell you what are the chances of which college you're likely to get yourself into, right? Now, moving further, IIM Indore, 40% is the CAT weightage for the CAT score, 45% for personal interview, 10% for academics, and diversity is 5%. IIM Sambalpur, 40%, personal interview 25%, ACADS 10%, work experience 20%, diversity 5%. Jammu is 42%, Nagpur is 45%, Bodh Gaya is 45%, Trichy is 47%, Raipur is 50%, Udaipur is 55%, Mumbai is 60%, Rohtak is 60%, and Ranchi is 65%. So the highest that you're talking of is IIM Mumbai, IIM Rohtak, and IIM Ranchi at 60 and 65 and all. If you look at the other more than 50, then you're also dealing with Raipur and Udaipur. So Raipur, Udaipur, Mumbai, Rohtak, Ranchi, if you have a very good CAT score, you have very, very bright chance of coming in because the weightage is extremely high there. But in Bangalore, Ahmedabad and all, which is the premier B schools of this country, in fact, Mumbai also, I'm surprised that this is the kind of thing because it's one of the best B schools that you have in this country. It was earlier NITI and now it's converted to IIM Mumbai, you must remember that. But if you look at the best B schools in the country, besides Mumbai, I'm saying, there is very low weightage on CAT score because they're giving more weightage to the personal interview and your academics and your diversity and the work experience and those kind of things. Whereas when you look at Udaipur, Mumbai, Rohtak, Ranchi and Raipur, there is very high weightage for CAT score and little weightage for your personal interview and those kind of things. I just hope you like this. If you want me to cover anything like this, please message me here and I'll be more than happy to do that. If you want any counseling from us, just send a message on this number and we'll be happy to reach out to you and understand what you need and hopefully we'll be able to help you out. The idea for us is to ensure that you get into the best B school based on your score, your aptitude, your merit, your affordability, your access to education and so on and so forth. So please do subscribe to MBA 360 if you've not already done that. Thank you so much. Namaste.